This is an area in which there's lots of confusion because of people pumping out misinformation, unfortunately. So, first of all, on the delay, there's never actually been a delay to the date of compliance on clean air. What we have done was engage with government over concerns about the impact on the clean air zone on businesses, lower income people and our hospital, which also has health implications if you understand the social determinants of health as pointed out through public health. But our original compliance date was 2025, which was agreed with the government. That was that wasn't changed. What we actually have done is we ended up with a new date, and we brought down that compliance date from 2025 to 2023 because we brought about, through our modelling and a more innovative approach and proposal, we put forward the prospect of a hybrid model to manage for clean air, and that combined the medium area CAS-C and the small area and the diesel ban or small area CAS-D. That brought that potential to bring legal compliance down to 2023, which is what we started to work on, which was actually faster. It's worth pointing out as well that sometimes when people talk about air quality in Bristol, they talk as though there's a uniform existence of poor air, across the city. It's not the way it actually works, and that's not an excuse for poor air areas, but it's really important to understand. The way it's been described to me is it's like a big top circus tent. You have a flat area of air quality, and there are peaks all over the place, and there are certain peaks in the city in which clean air, which air is dirty and non-compliant, but the rest of it is below and is compliant. So it's about tackling those areas where there are peaks. It's not a uniform existence across the city. But the CAS, the Clean Air Zone, is a very blunt instrument for dealing with pollution. It's one being driven by Client Earth and national government, and it actually can often be seen as a tax on poor people because of the way it works. It taxes people with the oldest cars, the people who are less financially able to transition. And it also, as we've had businesses in here talking recently, impacts on the number of business who suppliers of those traditional working class and the way someone described to me is coming out of some of the lower skilled jobs. So it's really important that we take that into account. And certainly we were looking at the impact on low income people, and we chose a route that lessened the impact on families earning less than £25,000 a year. But actually the events of the recent of COVID have also provided an interesting opportunity, right? Never waste a good crisis, as they say. So we are now looking at, in conversation with government, actually a more radical solution. And I talked to the Minister about this last week and asked them to commit to working with us. We'll continue to do the work on the hybrid option, but we want them to work with us on new potential, which actually could even do even more about our clean air. And it builds on the fact that our transport patterns have been disrupted, and we still have fewer cars move around our streets. So, and it builds on the fact that we've brought forward the pedestrianisation of the old city, and that we are bringing forward the closure of Bristol Bridge and Baldwin Street to private cars. That creates a whole new kind of layout of traffic flow around the city centre that we want to work on. And we believe that with these new kind of interventions, we can actually bring that 2023 compliance on clean air forward to the end of 2022. So we're working with government on that now. They've said they will work with us on that, but it would also allow us to avoid the bluntness of that other instrument, which we believe would have a disproportionate impact on poor people while bringing us compliance, and we'll be able to share more about that scheme as we go.